Hello Aries, it's Viv from Wisdom Released, and this is your week ahead reading from Monday the 18th of June through to Sunday the 24th. I'm using Lo Scarabeo and I'll be pulling 8 cards. The first one is the theme, the underlying flavour or theme for the week, and then 1 card for each day of the week, Monday through Sunday. So I've already shuffled and cut the deck, so I'll go ahead and pull the cards. Goodness me, the King of Swords. So the King of Swords and the King of Wands has been out for just about everybody. And we have the Fool card as well. Cool. Goodness, Aries, this is it feels like a real week of extremes. Hopefully they'll be balanced though. So the first card that came out for you, which is the underlying theme for the week, is this one, which is the King of Swords. So this to me is it is about truth, it's about honesty, but it feels more to me about staying on point, not getting distracted. The King's got all of these little butterflies flitting around his head. Butterflies can be, they can signify transformation, things changing, but it feels like distractions. It's like, oh, look at that butterfly, oh, look at that butterfly, and you're not getting on with the task in hand. It feels like you could be flitting from one thing to the other. So you know, you could be focused on something 1 minute and then I don't know, watching the football the next, for instance, or I'm reminded of that scene from Up, I think it is, the kids movie, where the dogs are talking. You know, they wear these collars where they can talk human and communicate with human. But they are very easily distracted, particularly when they see a squirrel. They just stop and go, squirrel! So yeah, it feels like a week to stay focused on what it is that you want to achieve, without being distracted by things that aren't really important, things that flit about. So the card that we have for Monday, unsurprisingly, is the balance card. This is justice. This is balancing truth and justice, and but my attention is caught by the baby at her feet there, which is kind of like, to me, it's saying to take like a childlike approach. It's sort of like, yeah, there are things that you know and there's things that you've experienced already, but what don't you know? You know, what can you be open to? What new things can you be open to learning that will help you on your way? You know, what new things can you discover about people that you have around you? Members of your family, your partner, somebody that you're connecting to. It could be work colleagues, or it could be a situation. You know, what don't you know about a circumstance or a situation? What can you be open to? What new thing can you learn that will help you to create a sense of balance on Monday? Tuesday is using that sense of balance to decide whether you take a risk or not. Do you set out in a new direction? Do you embark on a new relationship? Do you take a risk and contact that person that you've been wanting to talk to? Or do you stay where you are? So that's Tuesday's energy, is working out whether the risk is worth it. Wednesday's energy is very incisive action. These are like really swooping in, sort of full pelt It's kind of like you can almost hear him shouting, come on, here we go. He seems to be... There are people falling here around him. I'm wondering if he's making comparisons, if he's following what other people are doing rather than staying true to his own path. It feels a bit extreme, this action. It does seem very incisive. It does seem very swift, but it doesn't feel balanced. So Wednesday is an invitation for you to be a little bit cautious. Whereas on Thursday we have the opposite energy, which is the Knight of Pentacles here, which is very plodding. It's like on Wednesday it's like all systems go, and Thursday it's like everything's come to a dead halt. So these are that this also feels out of balance in comparison with the Knight of Swords. This card, the Knight of Pentacles, can be a card of extremes. Something can take ages, he doesn't do anything, he procrastinates, and nothing seems to be happening. And the ox there is just plodding, plod, doesn't really move anywhere very quickly. And then who knows, something could come along like a wasp or something and sting him on the backside, and that's it, he's off, bull in a china shop energy, and he's just all over the place, and it's uncontrollable energy. So it feels very much like a card of extremes. This feels like an extreme energy as well, and incisive action, but sort of impulsive, something that feels like you could live to regret if you don't exercise caution. Thursday. So Friday then is about resolve. It's about being determined to use being determined to use a proper balance of energy to tackle any sort of obstacle that you might find in your way. So people could be being objectionable, problems could surface that you hadn't anticipated. Today, Friday, is all about resolving to tackle anything that happens to stand in your way today, and taking a balanced approach to it, and not to be distracted. Saturday, do you know that the Seven of Wands, it feels like in this particular circumstance, it feels like a card of clarity. It's like you know what there is to be done. On Saturday, however, it feels like the opposite, and it feels like there's lots of limitation here, but you're kind of like blind to the opportunity. You're blind to the possibility and the potential. All you need to do is to take that blindfold off, and you can see what needs to be done. You can see the way forward, and yes, it's like the opposite energy to the Seven of Wands, and it feels a bit extreme in comparison to Friday's energy. Sorry. So that's Saturday. Sunday is all about control and feeling on top of things, and things coming together, and this feeling of everything having balanced out. You know where you're headed. You're headed in this particular. You're looking in this particular direction. You know where you're going, and you're in balance. You know, you have these things in your hand. You've got like an orb and a scepter, very poised in the chair. There's a feeling of quiet determination and control here, so it feels like balance has been regained. So there we go, Aries. I hope that's resonated. I hope you found it of use. It feels like a bit of a topsy-turvy week, a week of extreme energies, but it all comes together in the end. Thanks very much for watching, and I hope you tune in again soon. And until the next time, take care.